Gravy beans! First of all, there is some sort of farming machinery passing, so kindly ignore the noise, and let's instead talk about my knitting! So I am working on a big knitting project, ooh, ooh. And right now I am casting off the first piece. It is a knit in pieces ensemble where it's a 3-piece ensemble, except I am hoping to be able to get, it has a blouse, a jacket, and a skirt. I'm hoping to be able to manage a hat and potentially a belt as well. I have in this box here nearly 2 pounds of yarn. Well, over 2 pounds? Nearly 2 pounds. Nearly 2 pounds, presumably. It was over 2 pounds, but I have a couple skeins. Well, I have a couple skeins in here. Most of a yellow one. No, an entire yellow one, most of a second yellow one, and a little bit of the pink. I have too much pink to just make the blouse out of pink, and too much yellow to make just the blouse out of yellow, but not enough yellow to make anything else out of yellow. So I'm doing the lace work that you can just about see in yellow on this pattern, and the ribbing, and then the stocking knit in pink. That's the plan. We are hoping it turns out. But yeah. I'm hesitant and nervous. They go well together. Anyhow, this yarn, let's pull out another one, is a vintage yarn from France. It's Janet by Unger, made in France, and it's 100% wool, so 100% pure new wool. So this is very, very fancy, very cool yarn. All in all, I spent like over $100 on just the yarn for this project, but I also had to get the needles and the stitch counters as well. I have, those are, you know, longer term knitting investments. They will last, you know, far out beyond, if I take care of them, far beyond this wool. In theory, the wool can last a long time. So I'm very excited. This is the first super big knitting project I've done. By super big, I mean it's about the size of my last. I've knitted some washcloths, small little things. I've knitted one scarf. I knitted 2 sleeves. They're 1890s giant puffy bicycling sweater sleeves, only they're not attached to anything because I have a dress that they can tie onto, so they're attachable sleeves, and it's great as fun because that way I don't actually have to deal with sleeves that are. So volume wise, this project and that project is comparable, very. However, this project is 8 stitches per inch as opposed to maybe 3 stitches per inch, probably more like 2.5. So yeah, that project took me like a month and a half. And thus, I've been working on it 2 months now? 2 months. And I have finished one piece. And this is admittedly, this is the back, so I get to do some learning on it. And the back is slightly smaller than the front, but it's bigger than the two sleeves. So I don't know, I would say I'm about a third of the way through making the blouse. And then of course, next comes the jacket, and finally the skirt, and then knitting up whatever I have left into a hat or a belt. We will see. That is terribly exciting. And I have actually cast on for the front. Here it is. Cast on for the front. Which will be an interesting knit, to be sure. I'm doing the ribbing in slightly smaller needles, one size smaller needles, hence why I'm able to cast on before I cast off. Cast on, cast off, where am I going? So, I've cast on for the front, because this casting off is a bit fiddly. I'm not sure if you can tell at the moment, but I had to cast off slanted shoulders, and that was just not something I could manage. I really enjoy this design. Right now it's unblocked, very tight. It looks tiny, like, am I sure this is gonna fit? Not be skin tight. However, I'm pretty sure, looking at the pattern illustration, that you're supposed to block it to be like about that, which is like a third again the size, and therefore it will fit me, I think, quite well. So, because the back is smaller than the front, because less area to cover. But yeah, this is side with the stitch keeper, so it's all bundled up, but that's what it looks like. Well, that is what it looks like. And it's I'm very excited. This is of course going to be my back, but that's what it'll look like. I'm so pleased. The pattern, this is not the yarn it calls for. This is Clove Lily by Minerva, and they call for Minerva Buccal, which is a rayon yarn, and this is 100% wool. And it has the same gauge though, and it is technically the same type of yarn, Buccal. However, the difference between the two is that so pretty. So pretty. I couldn't find. I mean, I possibly could have, but I really doubt I could have found Minerva, because it's from the 1930s. This is, I'm not sure when it's from. I'd guess 70s maybe. But it's the same type of yarn, and the texture, I'm not at all sure you can see. That's the inside texture. This is the outside texture, and it's just, I'm super excited to be working on this. It's a very slow project. I'll probably update you next when I'm casting on for the jacket, because yeah, you might occasionally see me doing some knitting in videos, but for the most part this is something I do casually while taking breaks and stuff. So I'm very excited to be not say nearing completion, but having touched upon completion, and it's going to be so pretty. Yeah. Now I need to actually ball this up.